For the most part, people's reaction to me being open about being an addict in recovery has been positive. Very rarely do I get a person who is a naysayer about it, but every once in a while, um, I'll run across a person that's like very judgy about me not drinking. They ask me if I want to drink. I say no. They say, come on, come on, come on. And then I have to be like, I'm actually a recovering alcoholic. It's beer. It's not alcohol, it's beer. And then it's like, it's the same thing. I can't, and it just, basically the feeling is that it gives me is that, there's something that I'm too serious, I'm a stick in the mud, and that there's something inherently wrong with me, of course. This happens very rarely. It's probably happened in all of my time sober, 4 or 5 times. Um, I have had a couple of people not want to date me because I don't drink. One guy decided to date me anyway, but he did reveal to me that he was cautious about it because he didn't want to date a non-drinker. And the other person just told me, I don't want to date you because you don't drink. And, of course, at the time, I was really kind of devastated about it. And it's hard. It's hard feeling like there's something wrong with you in society. But the truth is that, like, when I was a drinking person, I would never have dated someone who didn't drink. Ever. I wouldn't even have considered it. Now, I was an alcoholic, which is probably why I wouldn't have considered it. But I can't say that I blame them. So does that mean those people have drinking problems themselves? I don't know. I'm not going to say that either way. But I do kind of think that it's like, if you don't have a problem with drugs or alcohol, you don't really care if other people use or not use. It's like, yeah, if you're going to have a party where everyone's doing mushrooms, you may not want to invite the sober chick. But for the most part, it's like, if somebody is normal and fun and non-judgmental about your drinking, then there's no reason why you wouldn't want to have them around, unless you could feel this, imagined pressure or imagined judgment that they have on you, which just isn't there. I mean, people will always ask me, do you mind if I order a drink? Do you mind if, there's going to be drinking there? And it's like, do you not understand that, like, I used to, like, throw up on myself and, like, wake up in, like, puddles of my own urine? Like, I am never going to judge anyone. And I will say that there's a lot of non-smokers who are like, when people walk by, and that always pisses me off, because it's like, you can decide you don't want to smoke anymore, and that's great, but don't pretend you don't understand the addiction. Don't pretend you don't understand what it's like to want to smoke, to need to smoke. And that's kind of how it is with drinking. I would love to be able to drink normally. If you can drink normally, I'm jealous of you. I'm not upset. And if you can't drink normally and you're getting wasted, hell, I get it. It's like, enjoy it while it lasts. So, ultimately, it's been fine. I haven't received much negative feedback from the recovery community about my openness, but I do know that there's a lot of people, mostly, who don't want to talk about it. And that's fine. I mean, it's one of the traditions to keep your anonymity. So that's totally fine. But my personal choice is, I try not to talk about, specifically name the 12-step program that I'm a part of, but I do think that talking about my own recovery is important. When I first got sober, my first sponsor told me that I should stop telling people that I'm in recovery because it's not cute. And I couldn't figure this out. I mean, I was like really young and trying to like wrap my head around being a non-drinker, and was trying to like, sort of wear it on my sleeve as a badge. And she's like, people judge you, and I don't tell people that I'm in recovery because I don't choose to be judged that way. And that was the first time I had ever heard, like, I would never, I don't know, it's just like, it's just strange to me. But so my first sponsor shamed me, and then there's probably been about maybe half a dozen people through my, sobriety who have just kind of made me feel weird. But for the most part, I find all of that to be worth what I've gotten out of it, which is being able to share my experience with people. And I've definitely, way more than those 6 people, I've had more people come to me and want to get sober and ask me questions about sobriety as a result of that than I've had naysayers. So it's definitely been